Panthers TV in association with Jeremiah's Chimney Systems, delighted to welcome Panthers' new defenseman, American Miles McGurty. Miles, how are you?
I'm doing well, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thanks for joining us. You, of course, the last piece of the defensive jigsaw for the Nottingham Panthers for the 2023-24 season, joining us from the Worcester Railers in the East Coast Hockey League. Firstly, why did you choose the Elite League, and in particular, why did you choose Nottingham?
Just having conversations with Omar and Coach Jonathan just seemed like the best fit for both sides. Really excited. Nottingham seems like an awesome place, a great setup. And everything I've heard about the league is that the league's really good. It's growing, it's improving, and I'm looking to do the same as well. So I think it's a perfect fit for both sides, like I said.
Yeah. A lot of players who have signed over the summer have said how positive their conversations with Omar and Jonathan have been. Is that something that you found as well?
Yeah, exactly. They're definitely, they know what they want and they know what the goal is, and that's what you want, right? At the end of the day, you need a goal and you need to work towards it. And growing as a team, especially joining a new team, it's exciting for sure. Yeah, it was very positive.
Mm. And of course, you played with players who have played over here before. In your Worcester team last year, you had the likes of Noah Dalmas, who had been at Manchester, Jordan Smotherman, who'd been at Belfast. Did you speak to other players, or did you speak to them in particular about coming to Great Britain and playing here?
I didn't speak to those two specifically, just because it's kind of all materialized in the summer. But everyone I've known, I know a ton of guys. The hockey world's not too big. I know a ton of guys who have played and enjoyed it, and I mean, just overhearing their like comments about the league and the standard of life and the way the teams treat you, it sounded like it sounded awesome. It sounded like something I wanted to do. So, and that's how I guess that's kind of how we got here.
Mm. And you say you don't know too much about hockey in Great Britain, but what bits have you heard? It sounds like what you have heard has been incredibly positive.
Yeah, everything I've heard has been that the fans are awesome. It's a great sporting, country, right, from top to bottom. So I'm really interested in meeting the fans, excited to play in front of them, perform in front of them, and hopefully learn more as we go, honestly.
You mentioned about Great Britain being a big sporting country. Obviously, football or soccer, as we call it, as you
Right.
call it. We've got a Premier League soccer team. Is that something that interests you?
Yeah, I really enjoy the Premier League. I as soon as I signed and had this conversation, obviously pay a little more attention to Forest, and
Yeah.
so definitely something I'm looking forward to. It'll be
Yeah.
cool. I'm excited.
Are you thought about checking out cricket or anything like that?
I've watched cricket before and I don't follow it. So if someone teaches me the rules, I'll definitely. I kind of get it, but I definitely need some coaching through it for sure.
Just going on to coming over here, and of course, in our league, very different from the rest of the world in that the regular season is the Premier Championship as opposed to the playoffs. Is that something that you feel you need to get used to?
It'll be a little different, but I think at the end of the day, it's every game you play and you're trying to win regardless of competition. I mean, hockey's a sport where you're giving it 100% all the time, regardless of the game, regardless of the situation, practice, skating in the summer, right? You want to be able to perform in every game, but yeah, I've heard that the regular season is the most important. So, we have to have a good start to that then.
You certainly do. Just looking at your career so far, you spent many seasons at Dalhousie University in the Youth Sports League
Yeah.
before you stepped up to pro. We seem to have a lot of players who have youth sports experience coming into the Elite League now, and some are coming straight from that league as well. And what is it like? How does that set you up for a professional career?
Yeah, almost everybody in youth sports played major junior in Canada, and some guys just need a little more time to keep developing. They're not pro ready right at 21. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to ask of, um, pretty much a kid at that point. So it's a great league. It's awesome. Very competitive. The guys learn a lot. I think, like not only life experience, right, growing up from 21 to 24, 25, and you grow, you learn how to play the game more at a pro level. It's a pro pace. It's a very underrated league. Like everybody I've talked to about the league has basically said that they find these like kind of diamond in the rough kind of guys, especially
Mm.
because they might have got written off, excuse me, at 21. But I think now um, people are starting to appreciate the league a little more, and it's good to see because I know there's a lot of guys who work hard in that league and deserve to have chances everywhere. Honestly,
And of course, your first pro experience was playing in the Erste Liga in Hungary. You had a short spell there before moving back to the States to play in the ECHL. How was that for you?
it was good. It was a good life experience. Probably just got a better opportunity in the ECHL and kind of took that, and I mean that worked out for me. So yeah, it was definitely a learning experience for me. I enjoyed it. I didn't dislike it, but I think this will be a better fit for me here in Nottingham.
And then you went on to play 206 games in the coast. It's a lot of games to play in that league in what is a very competitive environment.
Yeah, it's a grind for sure. I mean, it's a lot of bus trips, a lot of traveling, but you grow close with the guys, and like I said earlier, once the puck drops, you kind of forget about you could have played 10 games, you could have played 200. It doesn't really matter. You're there to compete. You know how to play. Everyone knows how to play. But yeah, I enjoyed all 206 of them. It was good. It was fun.
And as we are now, we're only 2 weeks away from the start of training camp. How have you been preparing over the summer?
I was up in Halifax where Dalhousie is, so I spent a lot of my summers there. Honestly, for the last 10 years, 9 years, but I spent a lot of it in Worcester, working, skating on the ice in the gym. Just getting in that routine, trying to switch from the season to the summer routine. But yeah, I try to stay on the ice a couple of times a week in the gym Monday to Friday, and then a little golf on the weekends.
Mm.
Little balance.
Yeah, just enjoying yourself, which is always
Exactly.
good to do. And of course, as we are now, we're very close to the season. Is this where the anticipation really starts to kick in, and you just want to get over here and get started?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this last I guess week and a half's kind of been a whirlwind, just a lot of logistical stuff. And at the end of the day, like I'm really excited to just get over there and get started, get back in the team kind of environment.
And finally, you've come in to complete the defense. How would you describe yourself as a defensive player? What sort of defenseman are you?
I'm definitely defense first kind of player, but I think I can contribute in all situations. When I was younger, I had more of an offensive role, but then kind of when I got to pro, I realized that I might not be the most skilled guy in the world, so I have to play solid defense. So I think I move well, can play on any side of the puck, and contribute in many different facets. Hopefully,
Well, we look forward to seeing you over here for training camp and in the first preseason games. Miles, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
of course, anytime.